Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. I haven't done that in forever. I have not done that in forever. I forgot to click the little button on my mic. Everybody settled down. Everybody settled down. Oh, that's tough. All right, so what I was saying is welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron. If you're in here, I love you guys, but today's title is an absurd 2023 fantasy football draft. And that is because the absurd part is doing a draft, a fantasy football draft, live on stream without lagging out. That is the absurd part, because last time we did this, for all of you guys that are OGs that were in here last time, we lagged out like 2 or 3 different times. I had to start messed around with a bunch of routers and the Wi-Fi in my home. The goal for today is to make it through an underdog fantasy football draft. So if you're in here, say what's up, what's going on, my bad. Of course, I hit the mute button. Leave a like if that gave you a nice little chuckle here on this Monday night. But how are we? A lot of people saying the sound is off. That's my bad. Brock is onto something here. That is how this works. I say I'll get on at 7:30. It'll be, 7:37. You guys know what it is. Everybody's saying I'm on mute. I haven't done that in forever. Look, I'm a professional at this, okay? I'm a professional. And that was an amateur move. Happens to the best of us. You said, "Hey Ron, it's almost 2 a.m. here in Germany. Come on, my friend." Love to see it. Yeah, everyone hit the like button. We're running out of title words, all right. There are only so many different ways that I can say that I am hopping on live to do a fantasy football draft. That is 100% true. There's only so many different ways I can phrase what we are doing here in this stream. All right, so let's hop into this. I don't think there's anything too crazy. I think we're just going to get into a nice, regular schmegular. We're going to get into a nice little regular schmegular BBM, I think. I want to get into these ones where it's like a higher entry, but I don't want to do slows. Like, you guys aren't going to get anything out of slows. So when the high stakes stuff comes around and they're fast, I'll probably do some of them. I don't know how many, but I'll probably do some of them. Now, time to get into BBM 4. As always, use promo code RON if you are new to Underdog. It is a best ball site. You hop on, you play fantasy football, you never have to touch the team again. Real money's on the line. You can practice for your homies that are coming up in the summer, or maybe you're a sicko like me and you just want to play fantasy football this far out. Best Ball Mania 4 is the biggest and best contest ever in fantasy football. You are going to have 677,000 people in there, $15 million in prizes. I believe I think first place gets $3 million. Yeah, first place gets $3 million. There's like a regular season prize. It's amazing. It's going to be running all summer long. My plan is to max it. I think we're about like a 5 right now. So let's hop into one right now. We'll settle in here. Yeah, honestly, everybody drop their favorite adjective that I should use for next stream. I kind of like that. A goated 2023 fantasy football mock draft. I'll probably use that on the next one, Brock. I really will. I don't know if that'll do well in the algorithm. I don't know that goated gets picked up by the algorithm, but maybe I should do... Okay, so we got a lot of spots here, fellas. We're waiting on... this is only 3 people are in here, so if you want to hop into BBM, hop in. We'll be doing some. Also, sometimes I have to readjust the height of my camera and the height of my seat, so I do that, and now like my mic feels too high. Too tall, if you will. It's like covering my face. I'm trying to see if I can get it to go down. Ooh, that's not what I want. Now you guys are about to see me put an absolute hurtin' on this microphone. Nope. I'm unscrewing it from the bottom. How many millennial podcasters does it take to disassemble the Joe Rogan mic? I just don't think I'm going to lower it. I think you guys are about to see me throw in the towel. I'm throwing in the towel. I was trying to lower the mic, but it just was not happening. All right, so let's pop this out to a bigger screen. Now, as always, please, if you're enjoying the stream, leave a like, subscribe, leave a live chat, even if you don't have anything to say. Just say something. And as always, we're just going to be chilling in here for like the next hour or so doing this draft. If you have any redraft questions you want to ask me, if you have any dynasty questions you want to ask me, feel free to fire away. This is the time for all of that. Now let's actually fix everything again. Hey, we got everybody dropping their favorite adjectives in the chat. I honestly kind of love it. An outlandish, I kind of like that. An outlandish draft, that actually works pretty well. What else y'all got in here? What else y'all got in here? A splendid draft, that's okay. A stupendous draft. I actually like this one a lot, Nathan. A fire emoji mock draft, I actually like that a lot. I don't even know what bombastic means. An astonishing, a nutty, yeah. I like it. Oh, I was double gripping this thing up. Don't show your girl that footage. I promise. Oh my God. So Tyreek's gonna go there. Let's just take McCaffrey at the 104 then. You guys want to let McCaffrey fall to us at the 4 spot? Completely and utterly fine with that. Also, let me know if you guys can hear the AC. Dude, I might. Dude, I'm trying to hit the righty-loosey. It's not righty-loosey, it's lefty-loosey. Yeah, so that's done. It's just not going to work. I wish it could. I wish it could because the mic's a little bit too high for my liking, because I kind of got to look over it to see what y'all are saying. But I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. Anything weird happen in this room? No. What do we got in here? Buy your microphone some dinner first? Jeez, yeah, dude. I was giving that thing to work, dude. I got blisters on my hands from going to town on it, and I still couldn't get it to pipe down. I couldn't lower the height at all. I actually kind of like that. A bonkers 2023 fantasy football draft. For redraft, how do you think strategy will change from last year? Now we're getting into the real. This is a real question here. For redraft, how do you think strategy will change from last year with wide receivers being pushed so far up and players like Josh Jacobs and Ramondre available in the mid-third? I think this summer is going to be really interesting. I have plans to sit down and make my redraft rankings. That'll probably be available at patreon.com/RonStewart. What do we got? Expect in June. Expect June those will be out. I'm going to sit down and look through them, but my gut feeling right now is, you guys know, I mean, anybody that's been watching my videos for a while now, I'm a wide receiver sicko, or I have been the last 2 years. Oh, we got Zach Monty in here. That's an OG. Give me Pollard. But I find myself, so you guys know me. I've been preaching zero RB. A lot of some of the better videos that or actually the most viewed video we have is a double hero RB, which is what we're kind of doing right here. But I've preached zero RB. I've liked loading up on wide receiver from rounds like 3 through 7. That has been the thesis for me the last 2 off seasons. But we're now in a spot here where the market has almost overcorrected. Now, we're sort of just talking about Underdog, but Underdog ADP is going to bleed into all parts of fantasy. This is the biggest fantasy platform. In terms of real money on the line, it's the biggest fantasy platform there is. So this ADP is going to bleed over. If you look at even like full-time fantasy, FFPC, all of these kind of like boomer sites, they're even starting to look very, very similar. So we're having a spot here where fantasy football is kind of optimizing, and I don't know that I have an answer. But I think I'm going to be less likely to take wide receivers in this round 3 through 6 area, because I just end up liking the running backs a lot more. Like, we're going to be here on the clock, and last year at like the 304, I mean, you could have gotten like AJ Brown or T Higgins to fall to you at the 304 last year, and now you're looking at, like, I don't mind Metcalf and Debo, but I do just find myself loving Ramondre, loving Breece Hall here, and just wanting to take them. Now, do we want to go 3 wide receivers up top like this? Let's go McCaffrey, Pollard, Ramondre, and then cut it off there. We're not going to draft another running back. That'll be our last running back we draft, I think. Maybe one more. So this is really a hyper-fragile build, but you guys, like, you're seeing me lean a lot more into these kinds of builds where I'm just hammering running backs early. Now, am I going to get left behind in the wide receiver avalanche here? Probably. But I think we're going to be a little bit more running back heavy this year if the entire field is going to draft like they watch Ron Stewart videos. You get what I'm saying? We're still going to be smart about our positional allocation. Like, I'm not going to end up with 6 running backs through 7 rounds, you know? We're still going to be, you know, focused in the idea of kind of, I haven't voiced this or, like, completely meshed this idea out, but it's something that Karane's been talking about a lot. Legendary Upside, he's the one who won BBM 3 last year. And it's been the whole idea of either running backs early or running backs often, right? You either take, you know, like a double hero RB build or a hero RB build, or you just hammer a bunch late in a 0 RB build. Still very much being aware of our positional allocation, right? Like, I took 3 running backs in a row here. So we're going to light up on running back. We're not going to just, you know, hammer it like all the way through, even if it's the best value. But I'm going to be much more willing to take running backs in the dead zone. I'm going to be much more willing to do, you know, double hero RB and even like hyper fragile builds like this, if this wide receiver ADP kind of does hold. And even I think even guys like Mahomes, Hurts, and Allen going in the 3rd round almost pushes the running backs down further. What else we got in here? Thank you for that. That was a great question, though. I love when you guys lob me up a nice question that I can just rant about forever. What else we got in here? Panthers going to sweep the Canes and get revenge for the Devils? I hope so, man. I would love to. I kind of love Kachuk. Kachuk is very cool. What else we got? It's the year of hero wide receiver. Yeah. I think you can double up on wide receiver and then hammer running backs in the dead zone if you'd please. I don't think at least in underdog lobbies, I don't think the dead zone is what it used to be, which is weird. You're struggling so hard on what to do with Jaden Reed in Dynasty. I mean, if you draft Jaden Reed, you probably should just hold him, but I don't love him. If you go to my rookie wide receiver tier video, I talk about him for a while. I'd go Burrow over Hurts. Or no, I'd go Hurts over Burrow, my bad. Give me the rushing. Yeah, I'm not sure the RB dead zone is a thing this year either. I think once you get further down, like I think here is where the RB dead zone starts. But I think the RB dead zone starts later on. Like I wouldn't call ETN, like I wouldn't even really call Najee. Like after Gibbs, I think is where the dead zone starts. Like I want nothing to do with Kenneth Walker. I'm not psyched about any of these guys. Like I think Miles Sanders is very much a dead zone running back. 5th round Aaron Jones you could do a lot worse with, I think. Let's go Mike Dubb. Why not? Huge spike weeks. What else we got in here? Good to see you're back. Hope your birthday was great. Thank you, brother. Yeah, there's dead zone backs, 100%. 100%. Like, I would put Miles Sanders in there. I think I would kind of put Kenneth Walker in there now. But I think that it's pushed back more. You know, like these 3rd rounders, like, where this 3rd round used to be guys like, you know, Houston Texans, David Johnson, New York Jets, Le'Veon Bell. Like now, I mean, like Najee, ETN, Brees, Ramondre. Outside of Derrick Henry, the rest of these guys don't feel that dead. I would take Swift over Miles Sanders in pretty much every format. Those 3 are also excellent pass catchers. Yeah, 100%. These 3 running backs could end up in the top 5 of running back targets this year, which I love. What else we got? Let me know. Dynasty questions, redraft questions. It is very interesting. It's going to be interesting when I sit down and do my rankings. Because I swear, if I sat down and did rankings, like I think Ramondre, Pollard, like even Brees, I would be tempted to put in like the first half of the 2nd round. Like once Garrett Wilson and Amon-Ra St. Brown are gone in this area, like how do you guys feel between like Waddle, Olave, Devonta Smith, T. Higgins versus like Pollard, Ramondre, Brees? All right, I got to take a pick. Let's do Herbert to Mike Williams. Why not? I think that's kind of a fun idea there. Herbert to Mike Williams, and I think in that game is also Denver. I think it's Denver versus the Chargers there. Hmm. What else we got in here? I don't know why the Lions gave up on Swift. He was kind of like as dude. The crazy thing about Swift is like I caped up for Swift for the longest time. Loved him as a prospect. Loved him after year 1. Loved him after year 2. Last year was just so disappointing. I'm not a film grinder by any means, but there were definitely times where he doesn't take what's given to you. Like he does, like it's funny. It's the cliche of something that like a youth football coach or like a visor on, would say, but he does a lot of east and west and not a lot of north and south. And I could see a guy like Dan Campbell absolutely hating that. I could see a lot of running back coaches absolutely hating that. So he doesn't take what's given to him. He profiles a lot more like just a satellite back, which probably isn't really worth keeping around if he's just going to be a satellite back. I don't know. I mean, I think they just couldn't trust him to take what was blocked for him. Said hot take, Josh Jacobs is a dead zone RB this year. Don't chase pass production. I honestly don't even hate that. I don't take a lot of Jacobs. Like in this range, I'm taking I think I would take Chubb versus Jacobs is close, but very handedly give me Pollard, Ramondre, and Brees over Jacobs. After that, it gets close though. After that, I probably would go Jacobs, but I think I'd prefer the elite quarterbacks, the wide receivers through T, and then Jacobs. So I'd probably still have Jacobs as like an early third, but I agree. I'm not. People are really excited to take Jacobs at his price. Do you think Travis Kelce's ADP is justified, or is this a sell high time, pivot to Pitts and Andrews for elite tight end plays? Fellas, make sure you're specifying between redraft and dynasty here, because I don't really know. I don't know which one you mean. In redraft, he's probably a little bit overvalued. Like his thesis has been the same the last 4 years, and his price has fluctuated all the way from like late second to top 6 pick. But it's tough. He gives you such a leg up at that position, if you will. So we could use Denver, but Denver's not really presenting itself to us. We need to kind of make up ground at wide receiver here. Let's go Mike Evans. Yeah, give me Mike Evans. I like the spike weeks from Mike Evans. Mike Evans and Mike Williams give us some spike weeks here. We're going to keep it very light on running back rest of the way. Where are you usually taking your first running back in dynasty startups? Honestly, just depends on the room, really. It really just depends on the room and the value that falls to me. Like, I'm as much as I have been a zero RB guy, I would say the last few years, and somebody that likes to wait on running back, take wide receivers early. I mean, I took Breece Hall in the second round to my most recent dynasty startup, so I'll take it wherever. I don't know. If there's value, I'll take a running back is really what it comes down to. There's no running back past ADP I'm scared to press the button on, is the best way I can phrase it. I'd probably put Derrick Henry in the dead zone at this point. I don't like Smitty, but the other wide receivers I'm down to take around those running backs. Olave's a tough one. I don't know what his year 2 looks like. I have a hard time just picturing what that looks like. Pickens, Deontay. Honestly, just give me Deontay. I feel like I'm going to end up with a ton of Deontay, man. What, he's going to have 140 targets and score 0 touchdowns again? Like, I doubt it. You like that big mic in your face? Come on, bro. Come on, King Cardano, bro. Come on. Dude, you guys saw earlier. I was wrestling with this thing. Dude, I'm trying so hard to lower this thing. You guys don't even understand, dude. Is this going to lower it, maybe? No. What if... You would think, man. I've been doing this for like 3 years. You would think I would know how to adjust a mic real quick. Dude, I'm giving this thing the freaking... Gluck 3000 over here. Please Please unscrew ever so slightly. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. It's just going to have to stay this height for a little bit until I eventually fix it. Let me know if I'm like popping peas and stuff into the mic. That's not great. But yeah, I don't like how up in my face it is. What else we got? Jacobs is still on the tag? I believe so. Josh Jacobs. I think he's just on the... Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, he's on the tag. He plays 1 year. So I guess they do, I guess they could just absolutely drive him into the ground, but I feel like that's always just a narrative. Swift sucks for fantasy because Eagles are number 31 in RB targets. Yeah, that's what I've been on. You're saying Madison's a steal in the 7th? I still don't know how I feel about Alexander Madison. Where are we at on Alexander Madison? Even if Dalvin Cook gets released, like I don't know what that split looks like. I'm actually very curious to see if Mike Clay has projections out with Dalvin Cook gone. I would say he probably doesn't, but I'm just curious. Also, I should really be getting in his DMs soon because he gets so busy. Like last year, I tried to get him in like the summer, and he was just like, "I'm too busy." But I would love to get Mike Clay on and pick through some of his projections. I already have some stuff that sticks out to me that I would like to ask him about. Maybe I'll get on that tomorrow. What did I want to see? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if he already has Dalvin Cook gone. No, he doesn't. I'd just be very curious. Like I don't know. I don't know that Alexander Madison just become the bell cow. It's really the issue for me. Like this isn't the same regime that used to just give him, 20 touches in games without Dalvin Cook. Olave was tough for me too, but the Saints apparently have the easiest strength of schedule by a decent margin. Yeah, I mean, I just don't really look at strength of schedule by a ton. It's just so random every year. We don't really like defenses are so random every year. And then also in theory, if it's an easy schedule, then like shouldn't they be winning a lot of the games and not having to pass a ton? Like I don't know. Yeah, just age and wear and tear. What should be a pretty rough offense, like doesn't really catch passes. Like he is very much like even if you believe in Derrick Henry, he is the definition of a dead zone running back. He's 3rd round, old. Not coming off like his greatest year of all time or anything. A lot of downside. For redraft, how do you feel about Jameson Williams, and do you think he'll step in as the wide receiver 1 for the Lions following the suspension? No. He won't be the wide receiver 1 over Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he'll be a nice, wide receiver 2. IRL wide receiver 2. It's tough to stay with Jameson Williams. I think really the issue with Jameson Williams is that the range of outcomes is very wide. He could come back from that 6-game suspension and just kind of like, it's just not. I would have loved Quentin Johnston there, man. I would have absolutely loved Quentin Johnston there. But let's go Sutton. It gives us something on the other side of that Chargers game, if I'm remembering correctly. So let's go Sutton. What was I about to say? Yeah, Jameson Williams is tough. It's just bad when you don't play for, like, when you're not getting games under your belt, it just puts you behind. It's really the easiest way I could say it. Like, there's been guys that come back from it, like Mike Williams is one where Mike Williams is kind of on the Kevin White trajectory of being hurt early often. I know that Jameson Williams is not necessarily even injury stuff, but we just need him on the field developing. So the issue is that his projections is all over the place. I like him a lot for best ball because he's somebody that can catch 4 passes and give you like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. And maybe win you week 17 or week 15 or week 16 when it matters most. In like a managed redraft league, I'm not like targeting him or going out of my way to get him. It's kind of the easiest way that I would say that. Maybe I'll take him here though. Or actually, no, I won't. I will not take him here. I should really have the Week 17 matchups pulled up on the side of me. Let's go Michael Thomas, though. I think New Orleans plays Tampa Bay anyway, so I think I'm fine there. Yeah, they do. What else we got? What else we got? Remember, fellas, leave a like on the stream. It helps the boy out a ton. It helps the boy out a ton. Yeah, it's not a sound thing. It's just like I would just like it lowered. You know, I would like it so like it's tilted up like this. You know, but it's too high because my camera was too low. So then I had to move my seat down, and now my mic needs to get moved down. And the mic won't move down. So this is just kind of where we're at. Again, I'm gonna move the mic here for a second, for just a little bit. Let me know if you guys can still hear me or whatever. What else we got? How are we feeling about the pass catchers on the Ravens? Is there going to be an unexpected surge in pass attempts this year, like the Eagles last year? Yeah, I would say the 3 passing offense. Maybe I'll make a video on this because I just thought about this now. I'll probably make a video on this maybe this week. I don't know, but 3 passing offenses I really want to bet on in 2023 are the Ravens. Todd Monken's there. They drafted a wide receiver in the first round. They went out, got Odell Beckham. They're going to pass the ball a lot more. Now, I will say, that means I love Mark Andrews, but it makes Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, and Odell Beckham tough to trust. So I'll probably just kind of take whoever's the cheapest out of that bunch. It's really tough to project who's going to be the leader for the second most targets on that team. And they probably won't be all that prominent, but I think Lamar will smash. I think Andrews will smash. And I think one of those 3 will probably be solid for redraft in 2023. I like Cleveland, and they're going to pass more. Kevin Stefanski seems like he wants to pass more. They didn't bring in a second running back next to Nick Chubb. They're not going to run Nick Chubb 400-plus times. I think they pass more. They brought in Elijah Moore. They spent draft picks on Cedric Tillman. And then I think also the Bears, right? Justin Fields could sort of have that Jalen Hurts type coming out party. They bring in DJ Moore. They're giving him more weapons. They draft offensive lineman Darnell Wright, I believe. So a lot going on there. But yeah, outside of Mark Andrews on the Ravens, it's tough to say one of the other pass catchers is going to be great. We got Mike Murray in here, typing in all caps. Yeah, I agree. Late second, Kyler in Dynasty is huge. I agree. There's some people that are like psyched to take Alexander Madison in like the 7th round or whatever. I think he's kind of a dead zone running back. Dwayne McBride last round may be a steal. See, here's the issue. I've seen this report that like there's the banner on the Vikings Twitter has Alexander Madison or whatever, but like y'all got to understand, like that's just a graphic designs intern that's just trying to put players in there, man. Like that's not the GM saying, "Hey, put Alexander Madison in this graphic," you know? I agree. Dwayne McBride could be a steal. I agree. And they took Ty Chandler last year. Like I know that these are like day 3 guys, but I'm pretty sure Alexander Madison was a day 3 guy, and on top of that, he was drafted under a different regime than the current one. So I just have a really, really tough time thinking that Alexander Madison's going to step into his 20-touch role that he used to get every time the starter would go down. Nothing I am all that crazy about here. Fuck it, give me Sky Moore. God damn it. Whatever. It has to be Sky Moore. I'm pulling up the Week 17 matchups right now. If anybody doesn't know, we like Week 17 matchups. A lot of the money is skewed towards Week 17 in these underdog contests, and you want to have game stacks there, so that you have a bunch of players from 1 or 2 really high scoring games. Also, let me know if you guys can hear me with my mic in this position. The funny thing is I can definitely unscrew this mic and get it adjusted to where I need it to be. I just have stage fright. I can't perform with my hands in front of you people. Do we have anything that really even makes us excited about a Week 17 matchup here that I can cheese? What can we cheese? Who does Dallas play? Lions. Should we go with a Detroit stack, though? The issue is I don't know. I mean, what are some backdoors? I mean, yeah, we got backdoor. We got backdoor options. Chicago. San Fran plays Washington. Tampa Bay plays the Saints. I knew that. Steelers play Seahawks. Yeah, give me Goff. I'm not really even excited about Goff, but give me Goff. That didn't need to happen by any means, but there was nothing here that I liked at all. And we're already at 6 wide receivers. None of the tight ends were speaking to me. Oh, didn't mean to zoom in like that. Yeah, I'm okay with Goff there. I'm not crazy about it though. All right, so now we're done at quarterback. In theory, I would like to be done at running back as well, but I'll leave running back colored. But let's get some Qs up real quick. I'll get back to some questions in a second. Let me just get this figured out. Laporta's a must for us. These would all be fun. And then Detroit plays the Cowboys. I don't know why I drafted Goff. In my head, I think oh, yeah, it was Pollard. That's why. Okay, so that makes sense. I knew I had, like, Pollard or something. That made sense there. Ferguson or Schoonmaker, fine. All right. And then I want, like, my Chargers, Denver stuff to be queued up. Denver, right? Chargers, Denver. Yeah, I'm starting to learn. Dolchich, Mims, Tim Patrick. Fine. I'm definitely a sicko for doing it this way, but it's just a lot easier to kind of... it's nice to have them starred because you shouldn't be hounding out Week 17 stacks, but it's nice to have players starred that give you stacking options for when you're looking at the board and it's like, man, like there's nobody available that I even really want to press the button on, you know? So you can kind of just default to guys who stack with your players, give you some Week 17 correlation. Unless if you are that confident in your player takes that at every step, every way, you know the best player to take on the board. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, people. Hit the damn thumbs up. You said QJ, my favorite value on Underdog right now. He's my highest owned player. He is my highest owned player on the, what am I even trying to say? On the big board. What else we got? How many attempts will the Falcons need to have for London to pay off? 2 to 3, and maybe he's worth his ADP. He ain't exceeded it. Tough to say. They probably can't be bottom 3. It's really tough. I would be shocked at league average pass volume. I'd be shocked. My guess would be bottom 5. I think Clay right now has done his projections. Let me see where he has the Falcons in dropbacks. My guess would be 32nd. Yeah, he has them 32nd in dropbacks, 29th in attempts. So that's where it's tough. Now, the good news is that he has them 32nd in dropbacks, 29th in attempts, and he still has Drake London as the wide receiver 30, and Kyle Pitts is the tight end 6. So those aren't terrible numbers, but for them to like really exceed expectations and really pay off for you, you're going to need some magic. Let's do Michael Gallup here. I haven't been taking a lot of Gallup. Why not? Yeah, league average would be pretty brutal to get there. What else we got in here? Worst case, I auto-draft into correlation. Exactly, bro. Yeah, they're not gonna be league average. Even then, I don't think like Arthur Smith offenses. I mean, if you can just go Arthur Smith, coach stats. Like if you go Arthur Smith coach stats, I'd be shocked if he had really any. I mean, he has teams ranked. So him as offensive coordinator, he has 4 years of data. And he has been he has been okay, I'm on the clock. Hold on. I'm on the clock. We're going to take Dolchich. But he has been all right, so this is what he has. 2019, 31st in pass attempts. 2020 with the Titans, 30th in pass attempts. 2021 with the Falcons, 19th in pass attempts. 2022 with the Falcons, 31st. So maybe it goes down to 19th. Maybe it goes down to top 20 like it was in 2021. I imagine that's because he had Matt Ryan. But I think we're going to see something 30th, 31st, 32nd, man, in terms of where he's going to be. The issue I have, Trip Crown, is just like you're zooming in on 1 year of a 4-year sample. The rest of the sample is all bottom 3 in pass attempts. And this is when he had Matt Ryan as his quarterback, you know? Matt Ryan was his quarterback, and his running backs were as follows. They were Cordarrelle Patterson, Mike Davis, Quadri Olison, Wayne Gallman. So he kind of had to pass. But now the defense is getting better, right? They've been adding a lot of pieces to it. Desmond Ritter's not the same quarterback that Matt Ryan is. They invest in Bijan. Like, you can almost set your watch to this being a team that is bottom 3 in pass attempts. What else we got, though? Let me know what kind of questions, what kind of redraft dynasty questions y'all got. What's going on? How are we doing on this fine Monday? How are we? Should Pitts is going too high in Smith's offense? What do people not get about what they saw last year? I keep falling for Pitts too, man. It's tough. It's really tough because, I mean, he's big as hell, so, I mean, he can just score touchdowns and get you there. Even with the 30-second dropbacks on Mike Clay's projections, he's still the tight end 6 with 55 catches for 824 yards and 4 touchdowns. I mean, he's a big tight end. If that he gets lucky in the touchdown department, like touchdown. We've seen Eric Ebron with the Colts had like 10+ touchdowns. I think Hunter Henry with the Patriots 2 years ago had a bunch of touchdowns. Tight ends can kind of just get random touchdown luck. Kyle Pitts is one that I would kind of bet on to hit that. So, I mean, if he's tight end 6 with 4 touchdowns in 15 games, he hits like 8, 9, 10 touchdowns with his ADOT and his per target efficiency. I think that he's good to go. If I had to bet on one of the two at their price, it would be Kyle Pitts over Drake London, just because it's you don't have to put up as many crazy numbers to be a good tight end in fantasy. And then he also already has per route efficiency from ADOT that not a lot of tight ends can even really match with. All right, what do we got? Should we take Jalen Warren past his ADP? Let's take Jalen. No, let's not take Jalen Warren. I'm not taking another running back. I've decided. Give me Taysom. I just pray that... Oh, okay. It was Mims. That's not really a big deal. Not really a big deal. Fine by me. I don't even really know what I want the team to end up as. It's going to be a 2-3. Probably going to go 3 or 4 tight ends in this build and get really, really crazy here. You guys are going to see the methods of a madman here. How do you attack a sharper league that won't let you... How do you take a sharper league that won't let you trade your RBs away for any value in a semi-rebuild, but I'm going to be stuck with a bunch of playable running backs? I would wait till they score points. Wait till they score points, And then also other people's running backs are going to get hurt. And when your running backs are scoring points and contenders have running backs that are getting hurt, you then have, a little demand for that asset. So I would strip, if you're trying to, it's tough. It's tough because I don't know if it's a complete rebuild, but I would strip away everything but the running backs if you can. And then just look to sell the running backs in the first few weeks. Like, you probably could have made some pretty crazy profits last year on a guy like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who just got hot the first 5 games. Like, the season's so variant that you might have one of these running backs get hot in the first few weeks, and you can sell them for even more than you can now, than what it would be for, market price, Thank you, Captain Spock. I don't even really know what you're referring to. Oh, probably Pitts. Yeah, Chris is on it. Let's see. Kind of open to Renfro. You know what, Renfro, come on down, buddy. Come on down. It was between you and Curtis Samuel. I could have gone Taysom Hill or Dawson Knox there, but why not? Let's move this down to here. What else was I going to say? Yeah, Kyle Pitts is the rare deep threat tight end. Yeah, there's really only a few. It's like Pitts, Mark Andrews, and Greg Dulcich is really what you're looking at. But it's why a guy like Mark Andrews, who didn't blaze the combine, like his relative athletic score with Mark Andrews isn't that high, and it's why I've been so obsessed with ADOT with tight ends. Because, of course, you can be efficient by being a monster like Gronk and Kittle and just be a yak machine or a touchdown machine, but you can also hit efficiency by just having a high ADOT and being a deep threat at tight end. And it could make up for you not being super athletic, which I think is really interesting. Let me see real quick. I do just want to see the leaders in ADOT at tight end, the qualified leaders. Yeah, literally the only guys that had a 10-yard plus ADOT last year. Darren Waller is another one of those deep threat tight ends. It's Waller at 14-yard ADOT, Kyle Pitts at 13.7, Dulcich at 12.7, Jelani Woods 10.7, Mike Gesicki 10.4, and then Mark Andrews 10.1. I think Mark Andrews, my guess would be his career ADOT is higher than 10.1 yards. It's 10.8. Okay, so that's right around where he hovers. But yeah, that's my tight end efficiency rant for the day. Who are your RBs? I took 3 at the top. I took McCaffrey, Pollard, and Ramondre. And I plan to just let them ride. Will Cam Akers boom this year? My guess would be probably not. But at the same time with Akers, he got hot last year down the stretch. And there's really only day 3 competition for him on an offense that should rebound, right? We should have a healthy Cooper Kupp and a healthy Matthew Stafford. So I don't know. I don't know about boom. I suppose any running back. I mean, like, Cam Akers kind of boomed last year. Like, the last, 3-4 weeks, he was actually sick. So, I don't know. It's really tough. He's not really somebody I'm targeting. What do you think of my trade in the Discord League? Traded Dobbins and Lazard for Pickens and Spears. When did this go down? How did I not see this? Let's see. Let me see. But you said you traded Dobbins and Lazard for Pickens and Spears. I love that move. I don't really love any of the players in that deal, but I would just rather value-wise have Pickens and Spears than Dobbins and Lazard, I think. Oh. Just exposed myself. I don't know how that happened. Let's actually make a pick instead of worrying about presenting what I have here. So Josh Palmer, like Marvin Jones. Let's do Josh Palmer. Let's do Josh Palmer. Man. We're going to go, I think this is going to be a 4 tight end build. How many draft slots we got left? We got 2 more. Okay, so these last 2 have to be tight end. These last 2 have to be tight end. I screwed up there. That needed to be Marvin Jones, not Josh Palmer. And now these last two have to be tight end. Man, I kind of that Josh Palmer needed to be Marvin Jones. But it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. This team should be fine with 3 tight ends. We'll see. We'll see. I got some ideas. Tight ends are even available at this time. Detroit have... I know they have Laporta, of course. Brock Wright. All right, so let's go Noah Fant, who I will always bet on. So we have Noah Fant, we have Dolchich, and we can take one more tight end and pray for the best, really. Man, that needs to be Marvin Jones, because now we just have an unstacked Jared Goff, and I can't really do anything about it. I don't think that... Like, I could take Marvin Jones and just say, you know what, Greg Dolchich and Noah Fant, you're going to get me there. I don't think that that would be wise, though. But we do have Jared Goff as the other side of our Dallas stack, in case if he was just somehow to light it all up by himself. But I doubt that would happen. Man, I might just get really weird and leave it at Dolchich and Fant. I really feel like I need Jared Goff to be stacked, but I think that that's probably a dumb idea. I think that's probably dumb. I'm afraid. What else we got in here? You've heard some buzz Renfrow might get traded. Do you think it's just noise or is real? I could easily see it happen. They went out and they signed Jacoby Myers, who's a very similar archetype to him, so it wouldn't shock me at all. First time I've ever seen you live. What's going on, Derek? Thank you for coming out. The players behind Akers aren't going to do anything. Yeah, that's kind of the issue. Yeah, I like Jelani Woods as well. Yeah, 100%. He's high ADOT plus also being really athletic is very fun for him. Colts do kind of do tight end by committee, but you also, like, Steichen's new. You don't really know. I mean, he's kind of done it. No, not even really. I mean, they had Goddard last year. They'll probably run a lot of 12 personnel with Mo Alley Cox next to Jelani Woods, but I don't think that really matters a ton. It's crazy to me how Dynasty community values players differently for no reason, just based on the order of what has happened. What do you mean by that? You're saying imagine if Pitts had last season first and then his rookie year last year. That is an interesting thought experiment. I think you'll be fine without Marvin Jones. Look, man. I need Marvin Jones touchdown against Dallas is what you're going to need in week 17. And that's all I'm trying to figure out. Damn it, I'm going to need to go 3 tight ends here. I'm going to need to go 3 tight ends and have an unstacked Jared Goff in my squad. And I couldn't be less thrilled about it. Also, how do we feel about this Lakers game? How do we feel? Lakers versus Nugs. Dude, I had a future that was like $40 to win 1,000 on Lakers versus Celtics final. All I needed was them to both be in the championship game. And I felt so much better about that bet like 1 week ago than right now. Someone said Bryce Mitchell. Should I just send the Detroit tight end? Brock Wright, James Mitchell. What does Mike Clay's projections have Detroit tight ends at? Brock Wright at tight end 65 with 11 for 125 and a touchdown. Yeah. That's just not going to be enough, I don't think. Jelani Woods is still available. I'm going to have to take Jelani, I think. I'm looking through. How much Dallas do I already have? I have Gallup and Pollard. Very curious to know how Mike Clay actually has the What am I trying to say? The tight end situation in Dallas breaking out. Ferguson as tight end 1, huh? Let's go Jelani Woods here. I do like Jelani Woods. Even though, I mean, the tight end situation or the quarterback situation is not perfect with Anthony Richardson. Like, it's not like they're going to throw for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, but that's a profile I have no problem betting on, I would say. Yeah, no, the issue, I just don't really agree with that. Trevor Lawrence is like the greatest prospect of all time. He had a great season last year. I think he outscored Justin Herbert. I know the points per game wasn't great, but it's not like Joe Burrow has a QB1 season yet or anything, and he's been valued highly. Like pocket QBs don't have to do as much. But all right, fellas, that's gonna be our draft for today. Kind of like it. 3 running backs up top. We left it off there. Would have liked it, maybe take 4 tight ends. Would have liked to have stacked Jared Goff at some point. Outside of that, the rest of it looks pretty good. I appreciate you guys for checking this out. As always, if you haven't already, make sure you check out Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you hop on there. They have not only the biggest and best fantasy football contest ever with BBM 4 on there, Best Mania 4. Of course, there's a link in the live chat that's pinned. There's a link in the description, link in the comments. You click it, brings you there. Use my promo code, and it will match your deposit up to $100. But you can also do not just fantasy football drafts. You can do over-unders where you do, you can sort of say like higher or lower on fantasy point projections and receiving yard projections and all of those kind of player-based sort of contests. You also have, of course, like you have NHL drafts you can do. You have NBA drafts. You have all types of sports, all types of higher lowers on there. Check it out. Underdog Fantasy. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.